Hi everybody, today we're going to have a look at my cactus collection, so stay tuned. Hi, welcome to my life with plants, and if you don't know me, my name's Newman, and today let's have a look at my cactus collection. It's a really hot day out, 36 degrees, which is 95 Fahrenheit. And that's hot enough for me. I'm going to start over here. This is my Trichoceras huasha, native to northern Argentina, grows in grasslands and scrub. Likes a nice dry winter without much water. During the summer, likes to drink a lot. It had buds on it and flowers. Hasn't made any more yet. Also got this Mammalaria here. Mammalaria, I can't remember the name of it. It'll come to me. I'm good at forgetting names. Really enjoy propagating this, just popping off the little pups there, growing them in there. Always does better in a bigger pot with other cacti. This is Mammalaria purbella. It's grown really hard, which means, you know, I give it water and then sometimes I don't give it enough. Helps to keep its nice, tight, compact form. Really enjoy this Mammalaria growing it. It's had some flowers, but it doesn't flower profusely. I think this plant's about, I would say, 10-12-year-old plant. Up here, this is one of my biggest, oldest cacti. It is Cactus horstii, native to southern Brazil. It is one of the most temperate zones in Brazil, so it kind of likes some shade during the hottest part of summer, which you can see here. It's kind of shaded. It flowers really well. It's had offsets numerous times and I've taken them off and grown more plants. I like how it spirals. You can see as it gets older it starts to get the spiraling effect. It doesn't have much corking, and that's due to the fact that I always make sure that I put vinegar in the water to keep the pH around 6.5, which is ideal for cacti. This one here is a Hematocactus Hematocanthus, or Pharaoh Cactus Hematocanthus, native to northern Mexico, going into Texas, like I think just in the south of Texas there. Really easy to grow. Fishhook barrel cactus. Has lovely golden flowers during late summer into autumn. I'm pretty sure this is another one. This is not offsetting. I've been growing them together. I'll show you later. I managed to get seeds off it, and I don't know how that happened, because this is the only thing that was flowering at the time, and it somehow produced a seed pod. So I'll show you quite soon, or later on. Mammalaria mystax, I think, which I've had for many years. It goes through a lot of hard cold during the winter and a lot of heat during the summer. Flowers a lot, gives me fruit. I've grown babies from it, which are right here. There's 3 there. They're about 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old, and then I got more right there. Over here is another Mammalaria, not sure what it is. I might get the identification wrong. But I like it, its form and the tight wool and amongst all the spines here. Grows really well for me. This is my now I'm going to get stuck with names. But while I'm stuck with the name, I've had this for going on 10 or 11 years. It was just a tiny little thing when I first got it, had no idea. I thought it was a Mammalaria, but it's not. It's an Escobaria Lariatoy. It's only ever flowered once, and it had one big purple bloom. It's doing the bend here. That's what they naturally do, because they always bend towards the sunlight. And they might do a big flopsy, so I got to turn it around. Up here is Hematocactus Lenninghalsii. I bought it as a big plant. I just kind of like growing these, and I've seen them a lot around the neighborhood. One way to check if it needs water is to just give the body a squeeze there, and it's firm. I never let it get too dry before I water it the next time. This is a Mammalaria Elongata, one variety anyway that has pink flowers, and this one is the Copper King. It has the light yellow or greenish flowers. Here's a nice hard-growing Coliseum saglionis. This is actually one of my favorite cacti. So I just love the way it grows, and I love the spines, and the flowers are magnificent. This is a Pharaoh Cactus lattice Spinus. That thing wrinkled right up, and I thought, wow, could it wrinkle up any more? I might lose it, but it's pretty hard, pretty tough. The winter didn't really hurt it at all. It's plumped right up, back into growth again. This one here is my Pharaoh Cactus bicolor. Yeah, it was going to have a flower, and it watered it because the weather got into the monsoon a little bit there, and it didn't want to flower. It's starting to get that nice spiraling. It's a cacti that I never over water. I always keep it on the dry side. There's another Mammalaria here. Can't remember its name. It might come to me. Nice clump forming one. This is another kind of Mammalaria Elongata. They're like rat's tails. Easy to propagate. I've had this plant for many years too. See some aerial roots coming out there. Here's a Copper King propagation did years ago. Stay tuned, and I'll get back to you for part 2 of this cacti collection tour. Hey, welcome back. Hope I don't start sweating on the camera. It's really hot today. Here's another Trichoceros fuchsia. It's got a seed pod there. Up here is a Coliseum denudatum. Looks really magnificent. I like the spines on it. It's a Labivia Acantha. I'm going to repot that. It has one of my favorite Labivia flowers. Nice golden yellow. Here's another Cactus Lenninghalsii. Here's a Mammalaria. Can't remember the name of it because I don't have tags. The reason why I don't have tags is I just don't like the way it looks. I try to use my memory most of all. And I know that having tags, you can put the date on it that reminds you when you last repotted it. And I know that they can be helpful too. This is another kind of a Labivia. It flowered, and I mistaken her for a Coliseum, but it's not. It's a Labivia. It's a nice one too. Had a flower that was reddish pink color. This is probably the toughest Pharaoh Cactus, Emorii. This thing didn't even lose any of of its water in its body, no matter how cold it got during the winter, in which case it got down to -8. That means that outside in the garden you get permafrosts. In here it's protected with a polythene cover that I put around here, like a makeshift greenhouse. Pharaoh Cactus glossans, it's just the baby one yet. Homelocephalotexensis. This one was like a trial for me, living in Japan, and we get these humid summers. But you know what? It's doing fine. Hasn't had any issues with it, and it did flower. It's 2 magnificent flowers. You know, I just think that this particular cacti has some of the most magnificent looking flowers. Mammalaria Marxiana, nice big specimen. It flowers profusely during the late spring. It's a beautiful cactus. Over here's a variety pack. Get some mammilarias in there. Mammalaria Marxiana, which is the one over there. That's a Gymnohorstii, and 2 more Coliseums there. Down here in the shaded area, I keep a lot of notos. That one's a Cactus. That one's my Magnifica, which is small. I like to buy my cactus small and enjoy watching them grow up. And 2 Cactus scopa. This one's Claviceps, which I've seen growing in the neighborhood. Big, huge thing, like 30 or 40 centimeters in height. Alright, down here I have my gymnos. There's a nice big Cactus. Cactus Atonis. Cactus Atonis is got these really neat black spines on it. Sounds like a toothbrush when you run your fingers over it. And it has stolons, which is unusual for a cactus, so it can send out its root system. And if you're growing this in the garden, it will send out runners, or from the root system it'll pop out a pup far away from the main plant. Alright, moving along to the next part. You're going to see some more cactus, so stay tuned for that. Be back in a minute. Alright, last part of the cactus tour. Hematocactus Spinus. Now if you want something that flowers non-stop, I call this the flowering machine. Then you want a Hematocactus Spinus. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buds coming up, and it is already flowered. This is the 4th time it's going to go into flower again. What's interesting about Hematocactus, like Pharaoh Cactus, is that they have these modified areoles. You see one that's oozing some nectar from it, and these are to attract ants in their native habitat. The ants take a liking to the nice sweet nectar that comes out of these modified areoles, and they build their nest underneath. They viciously protect the cactus from anything that might try to eat the cactus, and it's kind of like a symbiotic relationship. This is mainly solitary, and it can occasionally offset. Up here is a Rebutia, or Rebutia, and I bought that as one of my first Rebutia because I haven't grown any. I used to grow them many years ago. The Bivia species. It's pretty robust. Don't know what kind of flower it'll have yet. This is another Mammalaria. I have no idea what it is. There's dark purple flowers. It's an offsets a lot. Over here is an Acantha Coliseum Spiniflorum variety Valiolacium. This is one of my favorite cacti too because of the spines, nice golden yellow spines. There's a beautiful lilac purple flower. This is an Echinopsis that had a hard time, starting to recover. Got burnt by the sun last 2 years ago. And this is a Coriantha elephantidens. I think that's how you say it. Always wanted one of those, so I picked one up. Malaria Marxiana. I got a thing for green and yellow flowers, so this is one of my favorite too. Down underneath here are some succulents, Falcarias, which I like. At the back there is an offset of my Hematocactus worstii. Consolea, is it a Consolea? Opuntia? You can touch it all over, it's perfectly safe. You see the little spines here, but they don't prick you at all. It's a magnificent looking Opuntia. Yeah, don't know how it'll go in winter though, might bring it indoors. There's another Trichoceros huasha. Flowered really well for me. Beautiful crimson red flowers. Since Coliseum Saglionis is a favorite of mine, I have 2 more of them. It's an Echinopsis that has huge pinkish kind of flowers. There's another Cylinder Opuntia, which does really well in the winter too. Another Mammalaria here, and a offset from this plant. As you can see, a lot of the cacti I have growing are up high on the shelf. Right up like that. There's a reason for that. I tend to grow my cacti up there. Is the higher up you go, the more airflow you have, and also helps with humidity. Humidity tends to sink. You can also go up as your altitude rises. Humidity rises up too. But because we're not that high elevation, you put your cacti up higher, you get a lot more oxygen, and the humidity is less, where it tends to clear away faster. So I've been having a lot more luck growing my cacti up higher, and I always recommend that you have them on shelving that is kind of like this, you know, like the stainless shelving. Helps with the oxygen flow. So I tend not to set anything on trays or anything like that. I try to get maximum airflow through my plants. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing my cacti. Oh, before I go, better have a look at these Hematocanthus seedlings. Really forgot to show you. They're about 2 years old now, and it's not a self-pollinating cactus, so I have no idea why it self-pollinated. Could be just a one-off miracle. Yeah. And up here is some Opuntia that I grew from seed. I found a big fruit that had fallen from a huge Opuntia that's just down the road here. So I couldn't help myself but have a go at growing them from seed. Well, if you like Echinopsis, these are in here is all my Echinopsis hybrids that I've made. They're going to be kept in the shade. These are just the Pelias up here. Yeah, that's it. And thanks for watching, and I'm going to quickly go inside, have a coffee, wash up a little bit because I'm all sweaty, so damn hot. And I'll see you back next time for another program. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but it'll be interesting and have a lot of facts in it. Anyway, until next time, see you, and thanks for watching.